Alright guys, ICC Cup Fit's back and we're going to have another cast for you guys for the D-Rank Team League. This will be the last of my given replays to me by, long time ago, buddy, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me, but the map will be Aztec. But before I get into the map, we're going to have the green Protoss, like the really green Protoss, Sabas, going for, or Team 2 Sabas, I should say. And in the 8 o'clock position, 9 o'clock position, we have the Terran player that supports UED's Acedemy, sGs.Zuez, or Zuez. I'm just going to call him Zeus, because it's easier. But we'll have to see what both players' tech paths are going to be. But before I get into that, I have a couple things to say. This map, furthermore, is because it's not really nearly as common. Your base is on the lower ground, so most players, I feel like, are probably going to fast expand to be able to hold off these chokes, as they aren't that big, and especially Terran, where they can just kind of put up a bunker to. Protoss can put up a cannon, a couple cannons if they feel like it, and they can do that. Now, the thing is, I feel like this map is very unforgiving to your third, because you can either go down here, where you have like this big open area, but there's like, you can't put buildings anywhere near here. You have to kind of put them like all right here. Just kind of be pretty hard to secure. Or you could take your other third that has no gas, but again, you have a ginormous ramp, so I don't really, it feels kind of unforgiving for this. I think you're just kind of better off taking this base, quite honestly, because there's a smaller ramp and you get gas with it. But we'll have to see how both players opt to go, if this is even going to be a macro game in the first place. Let's hope it. They are kind of, it looks like Terran might be wanting to go for it, might be going for more of a 2-rack pressure, as this barracks is kind of in an odd position. But he may just want to, wall that off even faster. We'll see indeed. Doesn't look like a standard opening. For the placement of that, I don't feel like that's a standard opening, but the rally is actually on the ramp. So we'll see if he's just going to put a bunker there and just make it harder for Zealots to run by. He'll be going for the fastest Dragoon range as possible. I wouldn't be surprised for him to put down the second gateway. The pylon, so he doesn't get supply blocked first. But also, besides the map, as I will not reveal it anymore, we will also have you actually be fast expanding, oddly enough. And yeah, looks like Terran's going to be going for more of a macro style. But I will also say that this is going to be these are both D-rank players, so you're not going to expect super high, crazy APM battles that are really not going to be that great. But, they're entertaining as well because they're an amateur game, and I love to cast amateur games. I love to watch amateur games. As there's a whole different. I feel like there's a whole different kind of strategy to them because you kind of have to deal with the fact where you don't have that insane APM to really do a lot of. That bunker is going down for any of this. The reason for that is response to these early Dragoons, and I wouldn't be surprised for him to rally this guy all the way down there. The reason for this is range Dragoons will actually outrange Marines. And even when they're in the bunker, but the bunker's there just so they don't die instantly. And you can just put SCVs on the back of this to repair it, and you just wait for the siege tech to come up, and I wouldn't be surprised for him to go out for a factory, unless he's going to be doing something crazy like bio and a CVP, which I think would be pretty entertaining. But SCV will get a good read on the opponent, and we'll see that there is range coming up. But actually might lose the SCV, but these guys have a ton of HP anyway, so it might be hard for him. He will be putting... What? What is this? A proxy robo facility? Okay, but... I don't know what he's going to do. He might be doing a drop. He might do a reefer drop. Or he just might go an observer. Proxy observer. I don't know. We'll have to see. But SCV will try to make his way back into the main and see what's going down. He will see there is no other gateway, though, which should ring off alarms. But he won't be able to. He's denying that scouting. Very well played by the Sabas. I have to admit. And let's see what he's going to build out of here. He might be going a shuttle. What did he put down his main? He's going to go even. He's going to go proxy robo reaver drop. That's pretty intense stuff right there. But as long as he has a couple tanks, he should be okay. if he's going to be going from the mineral line. However, he might be Reaver dropping on the tanks, which will allow the Dragoons to be able to come in there. And this is what I'm saying, like, he can just get some free shots off. Oh, you might lose this Marine. He has to be careful not to let that happen. Do these two 10 damage? 20 damage, actually, but 10 damage to light. Quite a few probes off the line. And that's what I was saying. He's just got to continue to repair that until he can get that siege check up. He will actually have a missile turret up. He might actually know this is coming. Any kind of shuttle play might get just negated from that. Will he have the Reaver? He's not even going to go. He's not even going to go a drop. He's just going to get Reavers in general. He has to be careful not to lose this. Oh, he has to even get more. That bunker might fall. Okay, there we go. He should be okay. He will be. He will try to engage, but oof. That bunker was very close of dying. He wants to see this up. He wants to repair right away. He wants to repair right away if that Scarab connects. Oh, I like this little variation from him. Ooh, and the tank will fall. Ooh, this might be very, very hard for him to deal with. He is going to be losing quite a few. Ooh. Will he get the? He's going to actually going out of the bunker. Not a smart move by him. Oh. It's going to be pretty hard for him to deal with. He's going to need another tanky, which he will have. Will he have siege mode in time? I think he already did have siege mode. And also, Protoss will be expanding off of this. Very little interesting push. Very unorthodox to get that. Will he get a shuttle out? Yes, he will. But it looks like this should be negated for right now. But he did lose quite a few SCVs. Definitely that will kind of, even the probe count, probe to SCV count. Because now the 5 or so SCV kills that guy did get. I don't even know how many kills he got. We will tell after the scrap. He got 9 kills, so that actually might have been 9 SCV kills. Minus a tank and minus a Marine. He'll actually be double expanding, actually, which I like. Being very aggressive, as he's the one who's actually going to be putting on the pressure here. Going to be doing a drop in the main. He doesn't really have anything in the main. He will be getting a starport, but that... Oh, he will have it, but it's just going to be able to come in there. And he should see this. Let's see how he reacts. Oh, right in the mineral line. Ooh, will he get a lot of probe kills? It depends on that Scarab. No, it doesn't. It doesn't connect. Very good positioning of the Vulture there. I'm not sure if he really meant to do that. It will target fire. Ooh, and it will fall. Ooh, that's being really annoying. Oh, that's gotta hurt. He won't push out. Ooh, nice little shuttle micro. But there's also going to be a couple Dragoons attacking the front door. Oh, and it will fall with the Reaver in it. That could be pretty bad, But I definitely say that drop was very cost effective, ultimately just dying. But very cost effective. You may want to put. Oh, he will have Spider Mines now, and he should be a-okay for any more upcoming stuff, especially when he'll get the mech coming up. But that's kind of interesting because you don't really see that as much in the pro levels. They kind of just go straight for Arbiter tech. But I like that little variation, and both players seem to be macroing fairly well. Gonna be going for a lot of tank, etc. He should probably add another. He's gonna be doing his own drop of his own, but we'll be getting speed on Vultures. I'm surprised he's not getting another factory off of 2 base, as he really should be, but he doesn't quite have that second gas up yet. Protoss in the world of Sabas, or whatever his name is, Sabas, because I can't, his A looks like an E on my little piece of paper I have. Sabas, what is he doing? He is going for a lot of gateways, 6 gateways, observatory, and 3 base. And, if he's going to kind of be left untouched with this, it really depends on where that drop is going. That drop will be going out with a couple of Vultures. He might be able to, stop all. But he maybe get up cannons just in time for this. And finally getting that other thing right there. And that eBay is being very good to spot what's ever coming their way. And doesn't really want to run into a siege line by any means. But, you know, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to deal with the mech army coming out, especially with a couple tanks. You know, he didn't actually do a drop yet, and there is a... Will he have cannons up in time? He doesn't really have any down right now. He could build some, but where did that drop go? Why isn't he... Wow, he just missed his opening, and now he's going to go into one with photon cannons. Oh, and no, they're aggroing the... Yeah, that drop was literally much not effective at all. And watch you lose it. Oh, wow. He should have attacked the natural if he knew anything about it, but we'll have to see. We're lifting up the barracks. That's kind of sneaky if you could put something up there. That'd be very, very sneaky. Pylon goes down. Oh, God. Excuse me, sorry. Getting +1 up upgrades too, and really non-existent upgrades for the Terran also. And we'll have 2 machine shops. And we'll have to start by the clicking of my little marker. And he might be expanding again. And I'm surprised he was actually able to keep this location, as it's so hard to, you know, hold that big ramp. You know, but Terran's kind of been just chilling in their base this entire game. I'm a little surprised by that. Not really being that... Not being too active, but we'll have to see. I mean, as Protoss is pretty much... has 2 more bases than the Terran does. But as I have seen in pro games, it's sometimes you don't really have a answer to, like, the whole mech army. Kind of just like... Well, you have a 200 army, but I still have siege tanks, so... Yeah. Seems to be how pro games sometimes tend to go. Or when Terran kind of just dominates through TVZ or ZVP. I mean TVP, excuse me. We'll be pushing out with a couple spider mines, one to put more by the ramp, most likely. And that eBay still hasn't really caught on fire yet. That's a lot of gateways. Woofa. Woofa, woofa, woofa. That's a lot of gateways off of 3 base. We'll even putting down 2 more pylons for this, and we'll be getting +1 attack. And, you know, I'm just hoping that Terran will just not waste his entire army. I think he needs to get some more upgrades going. He has failed to get an armory. I do not see an armory anywhere in his base. And he hasn't expanded yet. And I was just putting a pylon where his CC would be, so this is just wonderful. But Terran's like, you know what, I don't need another expand. I'm just going to be like, oh, you know, I'm going to 2-base because I'm cool. And I'm Terran, and I can just siege and kill everything, because that's how I go. Protoss, oh, that actually requires skill. That's right. I actually have to do Reaver Micro with Shuttle and etc. I just love this proxy robo facility, though. It's kind of funny. Looks like he might be doing a drop. Also, he's going mainly a lot of this charge lots. You know, most likely just to deal with this obscene amount of tanks, but you know, this mech armory is still looking pretty... could be pretty bad, especially with vultures, where they can do a ton of damage, especially with Spider-Man. Will he have an observer out? That's the true question. He will indeed have an observer. Oh, but he does spot this, and it looks like, you know what? Screw that. I don't want that anywhere near here. We'll actually unsiege his tanks. This would be the time to move in if you can. Catch him out of position if he knows about it. And it looks like that are 172 supplied to a measly 131. I definitely say, you know, Sabas does have the advantage. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to fail to mention at the beginning of this game is that apparently this game is crossed out. Like, apparently it's, I guess, like a disqualification match or something. I don't really know what's happening, but... Alright. Maybe they accuse him of cheating, because this guy looks like a really high-level D-rank player, if that's true. And wow, that whole army just gets, wow, gone. He didn't really have the vultures there with the spider mine. You go. He did the opposite thing. You want the vultures to go in first, and bad move. GG. You know, what do I say about this game? Protoss, you seem really good for a D-rank player. I guess the only thing I could say about it might be just because he's too good of a player. This is why this game might have been disqualified. But, it's still a great game. It doesn't really matter. I mean, Brood War, you tend to have different level players anyway, other than, like, StarCraft 2, where you kind of have even playing field, which is sometimes a worse thing, because then you just kind of have not as entertaining games. But whatever. What do I say? The Terran player didn't really expand and didn't really get upgrades. And I think that's kind of what hurt him in the longer run. He left the Protoss untouched is what he did. He didn't even necessarily have to expand. He just didn't harass, which is kind of a big problem. But it takes a lot of skill to do that. So great game by both players, but just one thing to improve on: try to harass a little bit more. Try to get that drop ship a little earlier to see if he can do a little more damage. Otherwise, great game, and that was week 1 of this. I should have week 2 coming up sometime, but don't worry, I'll put week 1 in their own playlist for you guys if you want to watch these 5 games with Varial, me and Varial, or Varial and I. Which one? Varial and I guess with the right one for 1, 2, and 1 games, 1, 2, and 3 for this one, and then 4 and 5 are casted by moi, and then replay of the week. I guess it's just my thing because I just got a whole another 5 of them. So I'll try to cast some of those. And then I have like 20 videos, no joke, to render tonight. Because like this ICC Cup TV hasn't really been updated in the past like week and a half. So I kind of have to get on that. So thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, hopefully we can get some more D-Rank Team League going on action for you guys. I think we even have some C-Rank ones. I just have to contact that guy to see if I can get any more replays about him, which would be some more higher level games if you're interested in more higher level games. Well, these are the amateur of the amateurs. Or I shouldn't say that. That's kind of mean. But this is more of amateur play, and yeah. But Protoss definitely knew his mechanics down very well, very well. But I'm surprised he's actually D+. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Have a great day, guys, and Fitz is going to be out of here, and enjoy the next cast if you're going to be watching ICC Cup TV tonight or whatever in the morning. Whatever. Peace, guys.